What if adults lack the basic ability to wash their own laundry or even cook a meal? We would constantly need to depend on someone else for our own shortcomings. It is an essential part of life to know how to survive and make our own way. The purpose of my speech is to persuade people that children need to learn how to do chores in their everyday lives. We're starting to live in a world where children are not held accountable for their own actions. They have become very entitled throughout the generations and believe everything is owed to them. A survey conducted by Braun Research found that while 82% of American adults reported doing chores as a child, only 28% are asking their children to do chores today. By not forcing them to have any responsibility whatsoever as children, they're growing up with a different outlook on life than previous generations. Satinga Kachapande mentions in her article, it's part of social development that teaches them responsibility toward their home and community and helps build trusting relationships and social capital. Children need to do chores in their everyday lives because it helps them build skills they will need later in life, teaches them independence, and teaches them to be respectful. Basic skills such as doing laundry, washing dishes, and taking out the trash are all things a child will need later in life. These days, parents are often likely to do the chores for their children rather than to teach them because it's easier or so they don't have to put up a fight. An article by Scholastic Parent and Child suggests that children learn age-appropriate tasks and states it notes the capability of 2-year-olds to carry napkins to the dinner table and 4-year-olds to wipe clean a window. My children start learning age-appropriate chores at around the age of 3. By 3, they can load the dryer, fold washcloths, and clean up their own toys. By 4 or 5, they can fold their own clothes and towels and put them away, load the washer, and start learning how to do dishes with supervision, of course. It does not all have to be strict business. Parents can make it fun by turning chores into a game. When I was younger, I used to watch over my siblings. I would give them 2 minutes to clean the whole entire house. The seconds would count down to mass destruction if they did not finish in the 2 minutes. So all 3 of my siblings would run around crazily, picking everything messy up in the house. They actually enjoyed it. With them learning at a young age how to perform certain tasks, they will know how to do it with ease when it comes time for them to grow up and move out on their own. Household chores teach children independence. Jennifer Nelson states in her Scholastic Parent and Child article, responsibility, respect, and independence all come with learning a chore. A lot of kids in today's society are very dependent on their parents. They want them to do all the hard work for them. Parents often give in and do the chore because it's faster and more efficiently done than when our kids do it, especially when they do not wish to do it. This is a disservice to our children because not only are we providing them with skills they need to have later for their lives, we're not teaching them how to do the tasks independently. Chores are such a simple thing to let slide, but what if it leads to other expectancies? By opening the door to let kids be dependent on their parents, they may also do it in other areas too. If kids do not wash and put up their own laundry, will they expect their spouse or significant other to do it for them in the future, or will they pay someone to do it and waste money unnecessarily? Teaching kids to be independent starts with only a single task at home. Doing household chores teaches children respect, not only respect for their parents, but respect for their belongings as well. If children are fulfilling duties asked of them without problems, they're building respect for their parents also. When people work for our belongings, we tend to value them more. By children learning from a young age to take care of their things, they will learn to appreciate them with time. It teaches them self-respect because when they are eventually starting to learn to do chores without being told or learn how to do them well, they will earn praise. This praise can boost up their self-confidence and self-respect. Chores teach children to respect their parents because they not only know exactly what we do for them, but how hard we work as parents. For them to see the end goal in raising a functional human being of society is rewarding as a parent. Housework also teaches kids consequences of their actions. If the chores are not done, then they lose privileges. By being held accountable for their actions, they will learn more respect and discipline. Thank you for taking the time to listen to why I think it's important for children to do chores. To sum it up, I've talked about how chores help children build life skills that they will need later in life, how it teaches them independence, and how it teaches them respect. We as parents must raise respectful, independent, and functional adults to build the future. It all starts with teaching our kids to perform routine chores at home. Once the seed is planted and watered, it will continue to grow. As Steve Maraboli says, what we instill in our children will be the foundation upon which they build their future.